Alright, Smoke Wagon 45 here. As you know, how you doing? Good boys. Hemi and Cuda are out here. Yeah, good boys. Good boys. There you go. As you know, been out of work, kind of forced into retirement because of my eyes. So I got Stargardt's disease and a lazy eye muscle, so it gives me bad double vision. And I've noticed that based on your stress and anxiety, depends on how much more double vision you have from one time to another, one day or 1 minute to another. And the prescription does have a prism in it, so that does help in most of the cases, but like I said, depending on your stress level and anxiety, and if you forget to take your blood pressure medicine, you can really have quite a bit of double vision, I've noticed. So the prescription does help, and it does have bifocal and stuff like that. But I've been out of work because I've had numerous close calls driving. In fact, I almost ran over a guy on a bike in a crosswalk, and later a lady crossing the street in a crosswalk. Didn't see him, either one of them. I've pulled out in front of people. I've almost lane changed into people because I just couldn't see them. And in the last second, there's a vehicle there. And sometimes it was, I realized it myself, and then there was other times you'd get the one finger salute and a nice little honking tune on their horn. So I know I've upset and pissed off other people based on not being able to see. And the eye doctor, the ophthalmologist, and the retinal specialist both agreed, yeah, I shouldn't be driving. So, lost a job. That was back in July, mid-July. Been out of work. I never did get the unemployment because the way the doctor filled out the paperwork, that's been corrected, and it's been in an appeal status for months. It's about 6 months now, a little over 6 months. No, about 6 months, not having any unemployment. Also trying to apply for disability, and that can take up to like a year. So, and then they can either approve or deny that. So I've been stuck at home. So I figured, well, I'll try to figure out something I can do at home. So I turned the garage into a little workshop, and I selected, Hawken rifles. One of my big passions is guns and shooting and firearms instructing, and my dad and I built some Hawken rifles back in the day, in the 70s, late 70s, early 80s. So I got a couple kits. The first kit was the Invest Arms Hawken rifle, and that was all CNC inletting and everything, so all the parts and pieces just dropped in place. So there's not a lot of fitting for that kit. All the work that needed to be done on that was shaping the stock and finishing the stock, finishing the metal, and putting it all back together. On these two kits, the Hawken rifle shot and the Pecatonica River, these are old school milling, so you have to do a lot of the inletting and fitting of the parts yourself. And some of the parts like the buttstock and toe piece, not a big deal, but I moved over to trying the tang and the trigger, and having a lot of problems. Trying to focus and see what I'm doing, and it's like, reality slaps you in the face sometimes. So the prescriptions do have, you know, the bifocal in them. That can kind of help. Sometimes just the regular readers helps depending on the eyes. And then sometimes, I'll need to use the magnification. Especially with those, trying to use the magnification, even struggling with that. So yesterday I spent maybe about, I don't know, 3.5, 4 hours trying to work on the butt plate, the toe plate, and then the tang and trigger, and just ended up stopping with nothing but frustration and aggravation in my eyes. And at this point, I don't know if I'm going to be able to see well enough to complete these two. And it's too bad because these are pretty expensive kits by themselves. My whole goal was to find a kit that I really liked and had success with and stuff, and I could put multiple ones of those together and actually sell and make some income, because right now I have none. But I think these two are going to be outside my capability with my eyes. Now, 10, 15, 20 years ago, it'd be no problem. I feel very capable of actually doing the work, physical work to do them. It's just, you can't see. So with Stargardts, and like I said, sometimes using the magnification, sometimes using the regular glasses or whatever. Sometimes, because of the double vision, closing one eye and then closing the other eye. And it just gets very tiring trying to figure out which eye to use, where, and how long, and both eyes, magnification or glasses or whatever, just to try to see what you need to see to get in there. And some of it's really delicate work, so I don't know if I'm going to be able to complete these two at this point. I'm still going to try, but yesterday was very difficult and aggravating. And like I said, I only spent 3.5, 4 hours on it. Doing the butt plate and the toe plate, no big deal, because those are pretty easy. That's exterior basically. But doing the inlining work, difficult, very difficult. Seeing what you need to see. And then run the tools with your eyes not being able to see very good, really sucks. So, like I said, I got a lot of double vision, doesn't help, but the Stargardts, there's areas that I don't have vision. So basically, if I close my left eye, basically where my hand is and kind of my arm is obscured. I don't have really any vision there. I can see the camera, but the blind spot is getting real close to covering the camera. And I can see pretty good over here, and I can see up above my hand, but like where my hand is just basically all shadow. And then if I go to my left eye, I have kind of a V, which I can see the camera still, but like where my thumb is and my hand, that's all in a blind spot. And so like I could see like above in the camera and a little bit over here, but it's pretty blank otherwise. And then with both of them together, it's kind of like this, all this area where my hands are is basically non-existent. So depending on which eye. So if I go up here, so this eye here is here, it just sucks. And those blind spots are slowly getting bigger. So eventually they'll cover up the complete central vision. So even watching TV, can be a chore, because a lot of times my nose is facing like 40, 45 degrees off the TV, and my wife's like, "What are you doing? What are you looking at?" I'm like, "I'm looking at the TV." But she's like, "You're looking over there." I'm like, "Well, my nose might be pointed that way, but I'm looking at the TV to find the area of the TV that I need to see." and I might look over here and then look this way, or sometimes it's better to look over here, you know, so you're constantly moving your head around. The wife and I went to see a movie for the first time in a long time, and you would think the big screen would be beneficial, but no, I'm like watching the movie like this, you know, trying to pick out things on the screen and stuff. So can't sit in front of the computer very long, can't sit in front of the TV very long, can't work on the stuff I wanted to work on very long. So, because I need lots of different breaks from all the tasks at hand. So, again, I don't know. It's aggravating, frustrating. The only way I get around, I'm stuck at home unless my wife or my dad comes over and takes me places or whatever. But it's very frustrating, very aggravating. So hopefully I can get these together before can't see jack shit. But anyhow, that's kind of an update on the slap in the face for the eyes. I know, pity me, but it's aggravating. And I can feel everybody's pain that has a disability, especially one that progresses. You would think maybe it would be easier, but, and I know, you know, a lot of people, you know, get hurt really bad, you know, lose a leg, especially in war and stuff, lose a leg or limb, you know, arm, and, you know, half blown up, parts and pieces missing and stuff. So, you know, I know they go through a lot and everything, but it's frustrating when the lights are going out slowly and you find yourself you can't do things that you used to. So I should be able to tackle these rifles with no problem physically, you know, putting them together, but you do need to use your eyes, and you don't realize how important they are until they start to fail you. So I don't know. A little frustrating. Smoke Wagon 45 out.